This is the Kamiz commander deck, which says whenever you attack, target attacking creature can't be blocked, and then you choose another attacking creature with lesser power, and that creature gains double strike until the end of turn. A Cephalid Rogue. Listen, I think that this seems more of interesting to me already than the deck that we just reviewed. So the first card we have here is this card can't be blocked. When it deals damage, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. Okay. I mean, it has the ability to be unblocked. It's alright. Whenever this becomes untapped, you may pay 2, draw a card. I mean, I kind of see where this is going. You're just drawing cards because you're attacking with unblocked creatures, which is interesting. It's new. Yeah, this has fear. So we have one that can, yeah, 1, 2, 3 creatures so far that can already be unblocked. Oh, I get it now, because technically these creatures are going to gain double strike, which means that you're going to be drawing 2 cards every time they deal damage. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. This is cool. Yeah, Shadow, so this is essentially unblockable. Damage to opponent, draw a card and discard a card. Okay. That's actually draw a card, discard a card. This has discard a card, and then this also says discard a card. So there's a minor sub-theme in this commander deck where you're actually discarding cards, which means that opens you up to playing reanimation spells, so you can grab Sheldred the Whispering One and put Sheldred into play on turn 3 or turn 4. You know, we have a Cephalid Face Taker. Can't be blocked. Okay, at the beginning of combat in your turn, you may have Cephalid Face Taker become a copy of another target creature until the end of turn. Okay, that's interesting. So you could just create a copy of one of the creatures that draws these cards and they deal damage, I suppose. Seems interesting. Chasm Skulker. Okay, that's something you would want to give double strike. And then we have Daxos, more unblockable. Drana. I mean, I understand giving the creatures +1/+1 counters. And giving Drana first strike, or the double strike, actually sounds kind of intense. Yo, what's good, Charlie? Yeah, the first deck that I saw, Charlie, was... This one seems really fun. Because when Drana... Actually, no, that wouldn't work that way. She'd deal damage, and then she would deal damage again if she had double strike. So they only get 1 counter. So whenever Graveblade Marauder deals combat damage to a player, that player loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. See, there's a minor sub-theme of discarding cards, and I just think that this Graveblade Marauder is paying homage to that reality. Of a Nadir Kraken, I would take this card out of the deck. Shadow Mage Infiltrator, you play this. Thief of Sanity, you play this. Alayla, oh wow. I mean, I take this card out of the deck and build a commander deck with Alayla. That's what I do. Alayla's a great commander, everybody. I would buy this and just to get a copy of Alayla. Layla's a really good card. Identity Thief. Okay. Misfortune Teller. When Misfortune Teller enters the battlefield or deals combat damage to a player, exile target card from a graveyard. Okay, it's one of those cards. Skyway Robber deals combat damage. You may cast an instant artifact or sorcery spell that you exiled. Okay, so it's just a creature that you can get back over and over again. Alright. Whirler Rogue. Wasn't there a deck yesterday that wanted to do the same thing? Aerial Extortionist. Exile a oh, okay. I mean, I wish this creature didn't cost so much mana. If this costs 2 mana, I think that would be cool. A 2 mana 1/2 with flying that exiles creatures or permanents and draws you cards. That would be good. Custody Lich, Monarch. Monarch seems like an important, that would be a cool thing. Dragon Lord Ojatai. Wow. I didn't see that one. This is another card you take out of the commander deck and then you just build a commander deck with Dragon Lord Ojatai. Yo, N, I'm gonna tell you, dude, this commander deck right here seems really fun and it seems really easy to play, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now, this commander deck's pretty awesome, dude. If you were thinking of a commander deck to buy and it's your first commander deck ever, I think this one's really simple. And it's cool. Fallen Shinobi, alright. Oscar. Whenever you discard an online card, you may cast it from your graveyard. This is like Chainer. Okay. Archon of Coronation. Alright, I take that card out of the deck. We have a Sun Titan. Okay. We have Tivit, Seller of Secrets. Yeah, this is the one that makes treasure tokens. I mean, that seems like an alright commander. The mana cost is kind of high, but you know, seems fun. We have Rexiel. Rexiel's 15. Oh no, it's not Rexiel. Rexiel's $10. When deals combat damage to a player, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from that player's graveyard without paying its mana cost. I mean, the fact that this is kind of gonna have unblockable seems pretty cool. Silent Blade Oni. Dude, this is a $15 magic card. How much is this deck? Oh, $126? Wow. Deals combat damage to a player. Oh, no wonder I put that inside the ninja commander deck I have. Offer you can't refuse. A 1 mana. Okay. Yo, that's a pretty decent counter spell right there, guys. Counter target non-creature spell for 1 blue mana. I mean, they create 2 treasure tokens, but like, I don't know if I really care. That's a pretty cool card right there. Guys, that's like a staple right there. I really like this card. Is that getting printed in the set, or is this just a commander card? That's the question. Swords to Plowshares. Change of Plans. That's another conniving thing. Jailbreak. Okay, return target permanent card in an opponent's graveyard to the battlefield under their control. When that permanent enters the battlefield, return up to 1 target permanent card with equal or lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. I mean, for 2 mana, dude, for 2 mana, that's pretty decent. I mean, the 1-for-1 for 2 mana, that seems pretty good. And that goes to the whole sub-theme I was talking about, reanimation. Speaking of reanimation, I'm pretty sure this card is a reanimating spell. Obscura Charm, another semi-reanimation spell. I would take that card out of the deck. We have Lethal Scheme, destroy target creature or planeswalker. And then it connives for each creature you tapped, which means you can only really tap 2 creatures, so you get 2 counters. Your first commander deck was Neith. Yo, Charlie, that's a dope commander deck to be your first commander deck, dude. Wow, it's kind of intense, dude. We have the Utter End, exile target non-land permanent. That's cool. A Nightmare, dude. I just in my opinion, and I think everybody's, it could be worthless, but I think exiling creatures are just so strong in Commander. I appreciate them reprinting this card. Hopefully at some point this card is 25 cents, and then I'll spend $2 and I'll buy 8 of them. We have a Writ of Return. See, more reanimation. Oh, this has Cypher. Oh, that's a cool... In this deck, Dude, you gotta play more. You gotta play a lot of Cypher inside this deck, man, because you're able to attack on block consistently. That's a good include. That's a really nice card right there. Austere Command. Speaking of really good cards, more Cypher, Stolen Identity. That's a great card inside this deck. Treasure Cruise. Duskal Dawn. Okay. Commit to Memory. Okay. Cards you don't mind if they're in your graveyard. What is this? Currency Converter. Whenever you discard a card, you may exile that card from your graveyard. Tap 2, draw a card, then discard a card. Nah, I'll take that card out of the deck. Wayfarer's Bauble. Arcane Signet. Ooh, Wayfarer's Bauble. Strionic Resonator. Hold up. If you copy Strionic Resonator, do you get the Kameez trigger twice? That's the question of the day. So we have a Mask of Riddles, another something to give something unblockable essentially, and kind of gives you the ability to draw cards. Yo, and I'm telling you, bro, this is the commander deck for you, man. I'm telling you. This is it. This is a great deck. Strionic Resonator? Come on. If I played Magic for the first time and I had a copy of Strionic Resonator, pff, oh, dude, this is rude. Equipped creature has Death Touch. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half his or her life rounded up. Mind you, you can give a creature double strike with Kameez, which means that they would lose half their life and then they would lose half their life. Dude. And you would probably draw 2 cards out of that. Dude, this deck is awesome. Congrats to Wizards of the Coast, to everyone for making this commander deck. We are genuinely appreciative of your efforts here. So this spell right here, if you're new to the game, has an ability called Split Second, which means that once you play this card, there's nothing anyone can do about it. That's Split Second. So, enchant creature, planeswalker, or clue. Enchanted permanent is a colorless clue artifact with... Okay, so it's kind of like a removal spell. This is a good card. This is a great card, actually. If it had flash, it would be even better. We have Smuggler's Share. At the beginning of each end step, draw a card for another white card that's drawing cards. At the beginning of each end step, draw a card for each opponent who drew 2 or more cards this turn. Then create a treasure token for each opponent who had 2 or more lands enter the battlefield under their control. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's nice. Life insurance? Extort? Okay. I don't know why you'd want to play Extort inside this deck. Whenever a non-token creature goes away, you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. I mean, that's a great card. I don't know if I want to play that inside this deck, but that's a great card. And this is a $9 land here. Fetid Heath. Okay. I'm gonna give this right out of the gate 9 out of 10. This deck, and I'm gonna tell everyone right now, whenever we review anything, I'm never going to give anything a 10 out of 10. Never. I will never give anything a 10 out of 10. I gave the Angelo deck yesterday an 8. This is a 9. I mean, for me personally, you know, and feel free to type in the chat what you would give this commander deck, but this commander deck seems like so much fun. And the way that they built this deck around, you're going to be drawing cards while dealing damage consistently. You're going to have stuff in your graveyard that you're going to want to reanimate. You're going to have creatures with powerful abilities that may attack unblocked, or may even have double strike to double on their abilities. You have a Quietus Spike, which is going to cause people to lose half their life rounded up. I mean, you have a whole bunch of great mana rocks. You got a Swiftfoot Boots, Strionic Resonator. I mean, you have a currency converter. You got a lot of really good cards inside this deck. Into Deep. I mean, that one commander spell, an offer you can't refuse. Swords to Plowshares. I mean, the list goes on and on. You can exile creatures with Nightmare and Making. I'm telling you, this commander deck right here, this is everything. 9 out of 10 so far. Maybe not my favorite card from deck from the entire set, but this just seems incredible. It seems like a lot of fun, man. Yo, what's good, Merrick?